Hey guys, I'm Elvin. Imagine how powerful it would be to build an AI assistant that can answer questions using your own knowledge base while you continue to build that knowledge base day by day. Just like how a tech company can automatically respond to customer inquiries using the unique product knowledge base. Let me do a demo of an AI agent providing product support. So we have an AI agent in n8n here. My first question to the AI agent is, what can you do? You see the AI agent working, and the response is, how there, I'm a product support specialist for the company tech trend, and so on. Now, my second question is, do you have any thermostat? And you see, it tried to look for the knowledge base. No worry about it for now. I will explain it later in this video. And it responds, yes, we do. We have the tech trend smart thermostat Model X 2025. You can see in my Google Drive, we have two technical specifications. When I open up the spec for the thermostat, you can see the model of X 2025 is here. Now my next question is, do this thermostat support Wi-Fi? And you can see it gives me an accurate specification. Yes, absolutely. The tech trend smart thermostat Model X 2025 does support Wi-Fi. What other types of connectivity does this thermostat support? Based on the specification, you can see that the AI agent able to grab the accurate information and produce me with response. You can see in its response, besides the Wi-Fi, this Model 2025 also supports a protocol called Meta 1.4 Bluetooth and provides all other information that support the platform like Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, Apple HomeKit, and so on. And all this information is referred from this document. You can see from the connectivity here. We have all the information here. In this video, I'll show you how to build your own AI agent with a personalized knowledge base that you can use it for both personal and professional purposes. Imagine storing all the knowledge you ever learned in a knowledge base. Whether you learn a new n8n technique or discover an amazing AI agent for scraping useful information from social media or web, you can access and query all this knowledge instantly through your personalized AI agent. See how powerful it can be. This capability is particularly valuable for businesses and organizations. For instance, a sales AI assistant can streamline the creation of sales pages by drawing from a knowledge base containing product details, customer history, and competitor analysis. When support teams build up their knowledge base over time, AI agents become increasingly effective at handling customer inquiries. To achieve this, we will use RAG to power up our AI agent. You've probably heard about RAG across YouTube and the internet lately. I'll explain it in simple terms so you can understand and use it in n8n without even any technical background. Let's explore the limitation of large language model LLMs to understand why RAG is essential. All LLMs are trained on static data and can't access real-time and specialized information. Say for example, Gemini 2.5 Pro has a knowledge cut-off date on January of 2025, which is early this year. It means that it can't tell you about yesterday's news. Naturally, it cannot access information about your company's product specifications unless it has been trained on the specific data. Let's look at this example. When the user queries details of a product which is not found on the internet, the LLM will simply unable to respond, or it will make up a vague answers for you, which is irrelevant. If you have used AI tools like ChatGPT or Copilot, you will know exactly what I mean. This is super frustrating. This is where RAG come into play. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. It is an AI framework that combines the capability of LLM knowledge retrieval system to generate more accurate responses. The knowledge retrieval system uses what's called a vector database. Here's how the system works. A vector database is attached as a tool to the AI agent. New information is continuously added to the vector database. When the user asks about company product details, the system queries the vector database and retrieves relevant data. The LLM in the AI agents then use this data to formulate an accurate response to the user. It's really that simple, yet powerful. You might be wondering, what exactly is a vector database? It is a database system designed to store data along with a series of numbers that enable efficient searching. Let's look at this simple example. We represent a white cat, a brown dog, and a black bear with these three distinct series of numbers. We call this series of numbers vector embeddings, which are numerical representations of data, and are able to find data that are similar instead of exact match. If we put all our information in vector databases, it will look like this in three-dimensional spaces. Things that are similar will be near to each other. When we perform a query of, say for example, a black puppy, the vector database will first go through the embedding process of black puppy. Then it will search for the data points closest to the black puppy in the vector space. And the brown dog and the black bear are the results. In today's video, we are going to use Superbase as our vector database system. We will be using Superbase Managed Cloud Service, which provides hassle-free vector database setup with generous free-tier limits. Without further delay, let's start building our RAG system. First of all, we need a new workflow. You can just click on this button. And we name your workflow your personalized RAG AI agent. And this is a core version. Now, we are going to build two workflows. And the first one is to query the knowledge base. Let's make a label. And let's make it blue in color. The next one we are going to do in the workflow is to build up the vector database as a knowledge base. So again, we build another label. One good thing about this n8n is that it allows multiple workflows with different triggers in a single project, making it convenient and easy to manage. We are going to build the vector database building workflow first. Now we'll create a Google Drive and choose the on change involving specific folder. If you haven't set up your credential yet, click on this link appeared here, and I have a step-by-step videos to show you how to configure your video workspace, including the Google Drive. Just go ahead and set it up now. You can come back here. Now, if you're done, you can select your credentials. The next field that you're going to set is the hold times. Let's set it every hour. This is where you control the frequencies of monitoring your Google Drive. So it depends on use case. You may not want to make it too frequency, especially you are using n8n cloud service, which has a workflow execution quotas based on your plan. Before we go on, we need to prepare something in the Google Drive. Let's browse the Google Drive and log in with the accounts you set up for the credential. Create a folder anywhere you like in the Google Drive and name it Personalized Rec AI Agent. I have two documents here of the product specification. They will be used as our source of knowledge base. Let me open up one, and you can see the documents is a specification of our product. Now, you can download these documents from our free community. Just join our free community and search for this build your personalized Rec AI agent. And then you can download all the resources you need to build this workflow. Just go into this thread and then click the download. And below there is a guidelines for you to how to set up your n8n workflow with the template and also all the materials you need to build up this demonstration on your environment. Let me just walk you through. After you download the zip and unzip it, you can place two documents in this folder. Okay, this is a Microsoft document. We have to change it to Google document like this. Now, when I refresh, I have two sets of this document. Now I can remove the Microsoft version. Same for the next Microsoft document. And I click on the file and then save as Google document. And here we go. When I refresh, now I can remove the Microsoft one. All we need is the Google document. Right? So we are ready. Now, let me move one document into our folder. Originally, it is empty. Let me just move one into we have our first knowledge base document. Now, what we need to do is to find the folder. You can see the folder's name, it appears here. Okay, and then we choose the option File Created. We detect for the file created. We can click on the test event. This will run the monitoring for any newly created file. And yes, we have the new files. And the file name is TechChain Smart Switch Model S2029 specification, and which is the exact file name we have in our folder. Click on the pin icon. This will pin the data we've just retrieved for repeat use. This is convenience for building and debugging workflow. Now we exit and go back. The next note we need is edit field. We name it set create values. Now we'll add fields. The first field we need is file ID. And the file ID can be found from the inputs. We look for ID, and here it is. And we will get a dynamic ID every time, depends on the new file retrieved. And the next one is version. We just keep it 1 for now. The next one is modified. We will look for modified time. Here we go. And the last one we need is file type. You can look for my type. And you can see this is a Google Doc. Now we can hit the test step. We commonly use edit fields to extract important information needed later in our workflow. This practice helps to keep our workflow organized and maintainable. The next step is to download the actual file. We can add a new note Google Drive and select download file. Now make sure we select the correct credential. And then in the file, we select by ID. And remember, we already have the ID populated. Now we can drag the file ID into this field so that it becomes dynamic. Let me try that again. Here we go. Now we add the option for Google conversion, Google file conversion. Let's just change the Google Doc to text and keep others, like the Google Sheet is CSV. It means that the Google will try to convert those files. Before we go on, we can run this download. You can see the file is downloaded here, and I can view this file and it become a test. Remember, this is the content of our specification. Next, we are going to add a switch note, and the switch note is used to handle different types of the files. We need to create our first routing rule, file ID, and the name here will input application/vdn.google-apps.document. We name it as test. Now we add a second rule. Again, it's the file ID. It's equal to application/vnd.google-apps.spreadsheet. And we name it CSV. Now we can exit this. The next step that we are going to do is to handle this two type of files separately. We use extract from file note. And we choose extract file from test file. And we can click, rename it to extract from test, and keep the other by default. And we can add another extract from file. This time, we will choose extract from CSV. And here we go. We can rename it from CSV. Now we can have a test of this workflow. Hit on the switch. Seems we have a problem here. You can see it is not switching to the document. Let me have a check. Oh, I know why. Here it is. I should have the file type instead of the file ID. And you can see here is a way to do a debugging. We have actual data so that we can do debugging more easily. Now we have a correct one, and it is classified as test. And the extract from test can work now. We do a test, and you can see we extract the test. Now with this test, we can go on and do the next step, is to add a Superbase vector store. Add documents to vector store. Now, if you've created your Superbase account and add the credential into here, you can skip this creation step. Otherwise, click on the link on the top of the screen. I have a step-by-step guide to create your Superbase account. You can go on and create it now. After finish, just come back here and continue the configuration. Now, you can click on the dock here and then scroll down and look for the quick start for setting up link here, and we'll copy this SQL command to create a new table for our web system. Go to your Superbase and make sure you log in with your account and click on the dashboard and choose your correct project. Click on the menu and then SQL editor. If you have already some code here, you can just remove it or simply just close it. If you don't have anything yet, you can click on the new SQL. Now you place your SQL command here, and we are going to do a few changes here. Now, for the first change is about the dimensions. We have to change from 1536 to 768, which is the dimension we are going to use for the Gemini. And the next things we are going to change is about the name. We are going to rename the document to personalized web AI agent. And this table will be specific for this project. We have 7 places to replace, and you can see what we are going to do in this command is to create a table and create a function for the matching. Oh, one more thing. If this is not the first time you run this command, you are going to need to remove this and click on the Run button. This is successful. Now you can go back to n8n and click on the tables we have just created. The next step we need to do is to connect an embedding, and we are going to use the Google Gemini embedding. If you haven't created your credential yet, check out this step-by-step video up there, and you need to set up a Google Gemini account. After you set this up, you can choose your model. We are going to use the test embedding 004, and now we can exit, and we have the embedding now. The next step we need to do is to click on the embedding documents and choose the default data loader. Now we need to add a couple of metadata. The first metadata we need is file ID. So file underscore ID, click on the set create value and drag the file ID. And then for the version, similarly, we drag on the version from the node set create values. And finally, it's modified. We can drag on the values modified. And this will be stored in the vector database. And the last thing we need to add, just choose character text splitter. And this character text splitter is used to split your documents into smaller chunks of text that will semantically meaningful and easier for the AI to process. So just keep all the things default and exit. Now we are ready to test. Let's click on the Run button. You can see it is running okay. Now we can go to check our database, and we can jump to the database table editor and make sure you select your correct database. And oh, that's strange. We don't have data yet. Let me have a check. We have just the columns. The data looks okay to me. Oh, I see. It's about the credential. I have selected a wrong credential. It jumped to the other database. Let me just select the right one. Again, this is the correct one. Let me just test this, and we should have the data for now. Let me just refresh this. See that the data is here in the table now. We have 9 segments, 9 chunks of data here. And for the first column is the content, and the next one is the metadata. We have indicated the chunks position and length. And finally is the embedding. It's a really long embedding. Let me see how I can look at the embedding. Oh yes, this one. You can see it's very long embeddings vectors. Let's go back to the Google Drive, and we are going to add another document. Let me just unpin this first before we go to the Google Drive. Make sure you do this or you will keep running on the old document. I just move another document, the second document, and then I run the referral again. You can see it grabbed the newly created files and put it in the database. And the process is really quick. And let me refresh this table. You can see some new data is coming up. Here we go. This is another file. It's a thermostat 226. This is the second files we have. You can see it is now here. Now, let's create the query part. We have done the vector database building part. Let's create trigger on check message, and then we click on this to unmute to make it public. We can add our welcome message here to edit our own welcome message. Let me just tidy it up. And the query is much simpler. The next thing we need to add is, oh, one more thing I need to add is the session. I'm going to use memory, so I click on this from memory. Now, I can add an AI agent here. Just copy the system prompt into AI agent. And this system prompt tells the AI agent what to do. So you are a professional product support specialist of the company tech trend. You helped answering product related questions according to the tool. You can see in the tool, we have a special name called product knowledge base, which is important. And this will be our vector database. We have to match this name, and we have the rules too. The next things we need to add a link for the AI agent. We are going to use the Google Gemini's chat model. Make sure you select the correct one. And then we are going to use the Gemini 2.5 Flash Preview 417. This one, yes. Okay. And that's it. We have a blank now. So we can have a test. Let me type say that I'm Elvin. Good, now it is now responding. So what I'm trying to do is to test whether it can remember my name. So now let me just ask it again, who am I? You can see in the response, it actually forgets my name because we don't have memory. AI don't have memory by default. We can add a memory to it, and we can use simple memory, which is the simplest memory in n8n. Let's make it 20 so it remember 20 history. And I need to enable the chat also for the memory. So this is low period sessions, and I have to select from memory. Now I have another connector to connect to my memory. And let me test it again. Let me make it a new session and then say, hi, I'm Elvin. And my next question is, what is my name? You see now, it remembers my name because we give it a memory. Now the next thing we are going to do is to add our Superbase vector store to make it a RAG system. And let me tidy up a bit. Now we can add the Superbase vector store as a tool. And make sure you select the correct credential, which is extremely important. And for the name, we have to put it consistent with the system prompt. So it's product knowledge base. Remember, we have the system prompt here. So we need to have consistent name so that the AI agent know where to find the information. And we need to have a description. And this vector store stores all the company's product information. And in the table name, we have to choose the same database, personalized RAG AI agent. Now, we choose the query add option, query name, and make it the name match personalized RAG AI agent. Remember, this is the function name we created. So the last thing we need to add is the embedding. We are going to choose embedding Google Gemini. And for the model, we have to choose the same one as before, the test embedding 004. And here we go. I just tidy up a bit on these things. And now we can have a final test. Do you have any thermostat in your shop? See it search the vector database and give us a positive response. You can see it is working. And the response is positive. Yes, it has. And we can go into the AI agent and see the log and see how it works. The AI actually use the vector database and search request for information. And the request statement is here. And it will give some relative information from the vector database. This is the data. The AI will retrieve this data and then formulate a response to user using this data so that the response is very accurate. And this is how an AI agent responds with real-time information or PyFix data using RAG. So this is for the today's workflow. In summary, in this video, you've learned how to build your own personalized RAG system using AI agent. You have also learned how to use Superbase vector database as a knowledge base storage for your rack system, where knowledge base is continuously updated from your Google Doc in your Google Drive. I have one question to you. Any idea how you would use the RAG AI agents in your business, your company, or even in your personal lives? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. If you like me sharing this kind of videos, please like and subscribe. Your help is much appreciated in growing this channel. Happy learning. I'll see you in the next video.